This is a Headgum podcast.
No rap.
We can discuss, give me your truth, it never fails.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Lil Real, and welcome to Keepin' It Real.
With Young Wayne.
Boom, we getting it right now. Yo, today should be a fun show. And you know what's crazy? You know, we was trying to figure out, and let's keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
We had a guest, they couldn't make it, so we had to switch some things around.
Yeah.
But I honestly, literally just came from therapy.
You just came from I didn't know that.
Yeah, I go to therapy once a week.
Oh, wow.
Just came from therapy.
Okay.
And it's I love therapy. I love going. I love the fact that I'm comfortable saying that. I love the fact that do you go to therapy?
I do not, man. I need to go talk to the lady.
The lady. I mean, it don't have to be a lady.
But I'm just saying, you know, that's what people say when they get in trouble. Like, I need to go talk to the lady. Or you tell your girl, I just talked to the lady, but you never really talked to her. But I need to go talk to somebody.
That's
real.
the ghettoest shit I've ever heard. The lady, bruh.
People say that. People say that though.
That's how you know they lying.
Yeah, that is true.
Who you talk? Who the lady?
The lady.
If you don't know your doctor name, you ain't talking to nobody.
Well, I need to go see the lady. One day I'm gonna go, and I'm glad that you're talking about this. So, when did you decide that you need to go see? Not need, but you thought
it was a real thing. I was having a panic attack sitting on my stairs at my house,
Really?
and I couldn't stop crying, and I didn't know why.
Wow.
And I told April, I was like, "All right, it's time," because she already had a list, and like Dr. Shamina, I don't know why. It's like I just knew it was her because she has auntie energy.
What?
Yeah, like that auntie that don't give a fuck about hurting your feelings and shit. Like that's because sometimes she'll get frustrated with me. She'll go, "Rel, okay, Rel, hear me out. Here we go. No, here we go." I'm like, damn. All right. But then weirdly it feel like a friendship. Cause we just get to talking. And, I didn't realize how many things I've buried and didn't deal with. And man, it's interesting, especially being an entertainer, how many even nowadays, right? I think it's dope that people are really owning the fact that their mental health is important.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With what's her name? The tennis player.
Naomi Osaka?
Yeah. When I like the fact that when she said, "Hey, I need a break."
Yeah, that was crazy. Right?
That's
Not
what
crazy.
the fuck
That was
she
real.
did. Yeah, it was real. I mean, Kyrie did that. Ben Simmons catches hell from that.
Right.
But listen to, when I heard Jason Williams talk about when he went and visited him, he's like, no, it's not. He felt bad about how much he was criticizing him until he sat and talked to him. Because people expect you to be machines, man.
Yeah.
And especially as black people, man, we've been through so much shit growing up in our childhoods and shit like that. Like, we've buried a lot of stuff. I thought about that. That's one of the things I learned. Like, I normalized shit that wasn't normal.
Like what?
Like losing a classmate every year. Yeah. Those are still kids.
Yeah.
But I normalized it because it was happening all the time. Mm-hmm. And because it was happening all the time, it was normal to me. It wasn't until like I got older and even going to therapy, like, oh shit, that's so tragic. Mm. So every year in the yearbook, it was 2 or 3 kids. And when it's your age group, you don't even look at it like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I even think about when Tupac and Biggie died. And I was younger. And when I got older than them, I'm like, they were only 24 and 25 years old.
Doing all of that. I thought about that recently. Like, man, what?
They murdered a 24. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And so, like, all that shit. Like, we from Chicago, man.
Yeah, we see a lot.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the reason why you won't go?
I think one of the main reasons is you just don't want people all in your business. I think that's the first thing we think of, and it's so I don't say negative. It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't because they have a hippo law. You can sue them, if they tell your business.
Yeah, but it's like this vulnerability that you just fight from, or you fight it. And I don't know. I really think that's what it is. Not saying I'm over it now. I feel like I'll do it more. I'm saying like 3 weeks ago, I'd probably be like, no.
Nigga, that's so recent. What the fuck you talking about? Yeah, 2 weeks ago, man. I was like, fuck therapy.
Not literally, but you know what I'm saying.
I don't know. You said that was very specific. You said 3 weeks ago. I mean, like, so how do you deal with stuff?
How do I just, I let it go. I just move on. And that's probably burying.
That's something I learned, right? Mm-hmm. I learned that my moving on was burying things.
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy. Like, and it's funny. I'm glad we're talking about this because it is like a, you know, especially, you know, we black men. Like,
Right.
like you just said, you don't want to be vulnerable. Because people make you feel weak.
Yeah. That's
if you
the main
show
thing.
that. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, that's not weak.
Mm.
That's how you have all these crazy niggas out here.
Yeah.
I used to do a bit about the cousin that's just, he don't know how to cry. So he just I did a bit like a strong cousin who don't know how to cry, so he just angry all the fucking time. That's real shit.
Yeah. It's all pent up.
It's pent up and you try to move on from it. You know what I'm saying? Like you think about, like, let's go to Boys in the Hood as a perfect example. Doughboy.
Mm-hmm.
All that shit, his brother got killed. He went and got them niggas back, and then he ended up getting killed, right? Because he ended up disappearing and shit. Like, damn, the Doughboy ended up dying sometime. Like, it's like, that's a part of being pent up. And so what do you do with that energy? And that's a lot of people out here. Like, they just got pent up anger. Like, they fucking pissed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And people dealing with a lot now. Like,
I wonder, do Putin go to therapy?
Probably not. Will be my
but
guess.
What if he did? Like, what the fuck he said? I want to destroy everything.
You can't.
Why do I want to do that?
And you can't do that. You can't do that. That's what
I want to destroy the world. Why do I want to do that?
I mean,
tell me.
But what if somebody tell him in that moment? Like, yo, no, like you can't do that.
Nah, fuck that.
Huh?
He's probably, let me tell you something, because this is where most people use a confessional as their therapy. I was watching this. What the fuck was I watching?
That's like in the Catholic Church, right?
Yeah, but I was watching he was a killer though. Oh yeah, I was watching Ozark. And one of the bad guy that like
Javi.
Yeah. He's like, he was talking to the priest telling him all this shit. And a lot of, like, when you think about it, it's been like cold-blooded killers.
Was it Javi or Navarro? Which one?
It don't matter. He was a bad guy. Shit, man.
Okay, and the priest was talking to him.
And he was talking to the priest about all the shit he was doing.
Okay.
And I just think that's really interesting, right? Well, like, that, like, physically, like, you just won't go with, like, this is the thing you don't realize. The more you open up, the better shit becomes.
You just saying, like, the more I open up to someone, or, like, does it have to be to a person?
Yes, like the whole thing about, I don't want to tell nobody my business, man. Like, what the fuck is that about? What is that about? Like, first of all, you're doing a podcast now, right?
Yeah.
We telling people all types of shit.
Yeah, we got to be more open. I mean, I think the therapy would be the first thing I need to go do. So I would love the number, the network of people.
But you got to figure out who you want. Like, look, I lucked out that my therapist. I know a lot of people that's ran through therapists. But people that do that, I think, are insane.
Okay.
I think like they want them to say some shit that they want to hear.
That they're not saying to them. So what's the point of going to therapy?
But this thing too, like, you know, I don't want to make it a black and white thing, but like I don't think I could have had a white therapist. Like, yeah, and how does that make you feel? Man, shut the fuck up. Like, I can see me saying that to him. You know what I mean? Like, Dr. Shamina it's just pure, man. And sometimes we get to like these really like black conversations.
So how did y'all find Dr. Shamin? Just through
April just gave me a list. How you find Dr. Shamina?
There's like a database of like black psychiatrists and psychologists. Well, there's several, yeah, but you can find.
Can you find me one?
Yeah.
I want to go.
Yeah. Like, there's like Black Girls for Therapy or therapyforblackgirls.com. There's I can't think of any others right now, but therapyforblackgirls.com is one.
Do you go to therapy?
I need a new therapist. I haven't been in a few months.
So
why do you need a new therapist?
I'm about to say, so you run a therapist.
Because I have y'all in my life. No.
Wow. Damn, well, all right.
No, I just think it's good to have a therapist just at all times to your disposal because different things happen. But I didn't really like the last one I got.
What? So was it a brother? Was it a sister?
It was a black woman. I don't know. I just I felt like she really wasn't listening.
Wait a minute now. See?
Yeah, and so that was kind of the thing. Like, Because I would, like, I remember, like, I was telling her about something that just kind of, like, she's like, oh, like, like, well, how's your week going? And I had, like, told her about, like, one thing. And then she started, like, going in on me about this, like, one very minute thing. It was, like, maybe, like, I hadn't eaten until, like, 2 o'clock in the afternoon that day. And she's like, you need to take care of yourself. And it was kind of, like, harping on me about, like, not eating until late. And I'm like, girl, we only got like 45 minutes. I ain't coming here to talk to you about my damn diet.
See,
like I had bigger shit.
That's what I'm talking
about. Talk
about.
about.
But here we go. See, I almost want to have a group, like talk to other people who go to therapy because I have friends and they always talking about replacing
the therapist.
If the therapist ain't saying what you want them to say, does that like because like when I go to Dr. Shamina, right? Mm-hmm. When we come in there, she's always like, so how are you? And I'm like, and I just start fucking talking. Mm. Which I think that's the thing too. I think you gotta be really open. Like I think me being a stand-up comic maybe helps that I just be going the fuck in. Like maybe the first 30 minutes of me, it's just me talking. And she takes it all in, and then she assesses it, and it becomes a conversation. I give her all that shit. It'd be like I'm fucking, it can go from baby mamas to whatever the fuck. Like, I'm like, shoobity-dobos. And I feel like she does a good job of taking notes, and she's like, okay, let's start. And then she always figure out a way where it all makes sense together. And I'm like, oh, shit. And then she'd be like, well, that's our time. Basically, she's like, get the fuck out.
That's our time.
I have her the client.
But in the beginning, it wasn't like that. So she had to ask questions initially.
She hit me with some hard ones, man. You know, like when I'm about to do my next special, and that's what I'm gonna really dive into that. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm really gonna talk about all this stuff. And you know, I mean, we just dive into stuff, man. And life is. I realize it's so much shit happening in my life all the time, like all the time, like constantly. But a lot of my shit comes from just traumatic shit. Death really is what I've buried the most with and dealing with my mom and shit like that. And so like, yo, man, I love going to therapy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I might be a better person if I get out there and get open because like I buried a lot of trauma as well. My grandfather lost him at 14. That was like my best friend. And I just moved on. I remember my mom came to the door and was like, yo, I had my door locked. She's like, Big Kurt is dead. I was like, everything just stopped. And I just went and closed the door and laid back down. And that was it.
And that's the thing about it. You think that's it.
Right.
And then you have a moment where whatever you've been burying comes back. I think about this. If I haven't been going to, like this Mother's Day that just passed was really tough for me. And, you know, it is what it is. But this is the crazy part. This is the first time I ever knew how to I was okay with it. Like I was okay with the pain. Because it's normal. You know what I mean? It's normal to fucking hurt and mourn. And it's okay. Like, cool. Because I was able to, like, have moments where I was hurt, but then I was also very grateful. Right. But I was able to deal with it. And in the past, I would have either tried to do, I don't care if it was, like over drinking, if it was going out, to compensate that shit. Put on a comedy show, whatever the fuck it was. Yeah. This time, all I did was just drive. Before I went to Danella, I took her to dinner. Shouts out to my boo thing. I just took a drive, man. And I played one song. I played CeCe Winans' Never Lost. Because it popped in my head that morning, and I just drove. And it felt good because it was a weird thing. Was like, I was driving, and I was sad. But then also I was like, shit, this is so dope. Like, dang, thank you, God, for my mom. Thank you for pairing me with this lady. Right. You know what I'm saying? Who invested into me. But I'm saying, like, if I didn't go to therapy to dive into that stuff, I used to bury that pain because I was afraid of what it would have me doing. And I ain't give a fuck. If you pulled up next to me on Sunday and saw me crying, I ain't give a fuck. Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it was just what it was. And I'm glad I was able to let that shit out. And then I went to dinner with Danella, and she was just like, and I was trying to be cool, I guess. And she's like, how you doing today? how your spirit feel? And I'm like, come on, baby, I'm good. You know what I mean? And then I sat in it for a second. And then she came and sat next to me, went to jar, because we were sitting across from each other. She came and sat next to me. And I'm like, nah, I'm a little sad. And I explained to her why. You know, it's one of those things, I think for me is, the newest experience for me is just like, damn, man, my mother worked really hard and invested so much time in me.
Right.
Even though, we could think the greatest of like, oh, she's in heaven and all that. But like, I'm like, dang, but she didn't experience this dope shit down here.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like I really want to take on a vacation or buy a car or fucking buy a house, all that shit you do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. But then this is so crazy. I tell you this about this in therapy today. And this is why I believe I'm in love with Danella, because she reminds me so much of my mother. And I didn't fucking realize that until today. I'm like, why the fuck do I like this girl so much? And I'm like, oh shit. Because I realized today the moments that I miss, I'm like, damn, you know what I miss? Just her looking proud of me. Every time I did some shit, no matter if it was a church play, it was me playing the drums, she just looked proud as fuck.
Man.
And Danella gives me that all the time.
Right. Yeah, that is important to have somebody right there rooting for you to remind you of your mother.
Well, it's not even, you can't even get to that if you ain't in the right headspace. You won't even notice that shit.
Right.
And that's my point too. Like, Dr. Shamini was talking to me today because I was like, yo, I'm so fucking happy right now. It's kind of scary. Like, yo, I'm way too happy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really fucking happy. And I'm like, it's almost scary to be that. Almost like, sometimes I feel like being black, it's like, is it cool that I'm happy? You almost want to ask for me, is it cool that I'm like really, like I'm really happy? And one thing Dr. Shamina said, I keep freaking out, but like, she was just like, just sit in that. That's how she said, just sit in it. You're supposed to be happy. Life is supposed to be good.
You just feel like something could go wrong. But now you're in that space where you don't even feel it. I think the therapy makes
even
you
when
feel
shit
open.
is like a little off, I'm still happy. It was a time when things were off, it would just overly bother me. You know what I'm saying? And so like, I don't know. This is probably the happiest I've ever fucking been.
Man.
And it's seeping everywhere.
Yeah, you do have a sense of freedom. Like you're taking different projects that you want. These are things that you want to be a part of. And yeah, I see it in you as well. Like,
well, these next few projects too. Like I'm about to do this TV series where now I get to play a bad guy. Nobody ain't seen that yet. But I've been waiting on that shit. I'm a bad person.
A bad person.
Damn right I am. Show my acting chops.
Wow.
But then it's a lot of stuff I'm doing where, because I asked for this, I want to play more dad roles. And it's like a drama I'm doing. It's a couple things, man. And that's the thing too, like, therapy helped me accept leveling up. Sometimes it's scary, like, when you start to get all the shit that you dreamed of. Yeah. And, and owning that shit. Like, owning your greatness. I remember Dr. Shamini one day was just like, Rel, you're amazing. You know you're great, right? And I'm like, yeah, I guess. No, you are. And so I had all these moments. I didn't realize I had all that shit buried in me, man. I was fucking, like, I thought about, like, it was one time when I was still single, and I was talking to her. And I'm like, why are these females? Like, at one point, I feel like I was pulling whoever the fuck I wanted. Like, it was just like, what's up? And I'm like, why are these girls like me? And I was talking to her about it, and she got irritated. I'm like, why are these girls? She said, Rel, you're dope. You understand? You're really dope. You're successful. You're a good-looking guy. You're this, you're that. And I'm like, so the trauma of that is like growing up, being a nerdy dude and motherfuckers not seeing you.
Yeah. And
so I got really good at saying, hey, you only like me because I'm funny. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm like, they only like me because I'm funny. Or they don't like me. And so I got really good at it because that's how I get motherfuckers to like me.
So you had your guard up all the time.
All this time, I ain't realized that shit. And then so I had a moment in therapy where I closed my eyes and I talked to, because I made that decision that it was okay to not be seen for real, like when I was like 12 probably. Like a girl I liked a lot ended up liking my best friend.
Yeah, that happens to everybody.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Motherfucker. But then I ended up like literally sitting there and I talked to 12-year-old me like, yo, you became the cool dude. Because I look exactly how I wanted to look. I used to picture myself as a grown man. I look exactly how the fuck I wanted to look.
You knew you would look like this.
Yes, like the beard, the glasses, the Jordans, all this shit. I knew this is very
Not
intentional.
the beards, the glasses, and the Jordans.
My style, all that shit, bro. I was like, this is what I'm gonna be like. Money Making Mitch meets Dwayne Wayne meets Nino Brown.
And you did
That's
that.
what the fuck.
that is this. Here he is in the flesh. What in the...
That's exactly what the fuck I did.
I see.
I am Dwayne Wayne with a Jesus piece.
And so Danella's your Whitley?
Yeah. Which is, ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
So that's on some real shit.
Yeah, I see it.
That little country girl with her little hey, sweet face. I love that shit.
Hey, I haven't even met her yet. God.
But cool. I spoke her. I knew it was time, bro. I knew.
You did.
Yeah, I started speaking it up. I remember I was in my trailer one day snapping at myself, yelling at God, like, God, stand up to me. I don't want to be in the streets no more. I don't want this shit. This is not for me, man.
I can see you doing that.
I did do that.
I believe you.
I did not want to be in the streets no more. And it was tough because before Danella, I was really close. You know, I call her Miss S. She was right there in the cuff, but I knew it. I'm like, nah, this ain't it. And then me and her had a real conversation. Because that was a therapy session, too, of I was afraid to break her heart. I knew she really liked me. And I was trying to have that same feeling back, but I really didn't because I felt a disconnect and something was off. And Dr. Shabito used to get up and be like, hey, you have to talk to her, Rel. Rel. Man up. Step up. I'm like, damn, man, all right, shit. And she was right. Yeah. And I was running away from the shit. I was literally avoiding that conversation because I'm like, I don't want to, I don't want to hurt her feelings. I don't want to do that. And we just had, her feelings was hurt, but she a grown-ass woman. You know what I mean? But we was very honest. And then that's when I figured out that's what it was and what was missing. We talked about it and just moved on. And then Danella came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Where'd you meet her?
At Megan Good. She's on the show Harlem.
Okay.
And she had a screening at that station. And Megan and Tavares invited me out. And I don't know. I saw Danella walk in. I'm like, who the fuck is this little fine motherfucker? And I had like 2 chicks with me and shit. You know how I get down.
You had 2 chicks with you. Yeah, you probably did. That's guy.
Well, still, can I say chicks? I don't know what I can say no more.
Ladies.
April, is it okay to say chicks?
I think chicks is okay.
Thank you.
I think females is off though.
Yeah.
And when she come from Chicago, that's we used to say that like it was.
Yeah.
Man. It was everywhere. See, I just know Chicago. I'm sorry, but yeah, we say females like crib. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it, but yeah.
You said it.
Women, ladies. What else?
I don't know what to say no more. I just be like, hey, I love people, man.
All people.
All people.
That's it.
But yeah, I was at the event and I got on the mic and said something to Megan, just really from the heart, and she's just so amazing. She's like a legend, man. And then Danella walked up to me and said, hey, that was really sweet of you to say that. And I know you were real about it too. Okay, nice to meet you. All right. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And I couldn't stop thinking about her. So I went to Megan's page. But I mean, I kind of stalked. I mean, I'm not saying I stalked her. But I went to Megan's page. I found Danella's page. And I went down the rabbit hole just looking at everything and watching all her videos and seeing her with her daughters and all this amazing stuff she's doing. And then I saw that her and her daughters work with a foundation to feed the homeless. And so I was like, all right, I donated some money to it because I thought it was dope. And then she DM'd me like, whatever was left they needed, I just
Right.
maxed it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, did you just do that? And I'm like, yeah. And then we started like leaving like, we was DMing each other, started talking.
Mm-hmm.
It was just certain things she was saying. And then she was like, well, text me. I was like, all right. I text her and I started leaving a voice memo. So at first, we were leaving each other voice memos.
Oh, you that person? Okay.
God damn, yeah.
Yeah.
If I like you.
I hate voice memos. I mean, you wouldn't send me one.
I don't, but see, you say that about, I don't like long ass texts. I'd rather you say whatever the fuck you got to say. I'd rather hear it.
All right, well, we're different. That's fine.
Tell people that you send me a long ass text, I'm not reading that shit.
Yeah, one time you text me that. I was like, what does this dude say? Well, you said a long text when
Fam, you could be like, everything that.
You rather me send you voice memos?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow. Well, now we know. Huh?
Yeah, now I know how to.
Well, that's different though, April. But like when somebody like telling you off and shit, and they do that shit through a text, that's the most ridiculous. You know, you look like a fucking lunatic doing this, texting for like, and another thing, it's like a long, it's no period to that shit. It's just a rant. And you look at that shit, you like, man, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's different. When you're going off with somebody, yeah, voice memo. But if we talking, I need something to refer back to, so I need to see.
Well, the reason why we voice memo, I did want to hear her voice.
Okay, yeah, that's different. That's
And
different.
then I wanted her to hear how sincere I was too.
I can imagine you trying to talk sincere into the phone. This is ridiculous. You said you was in the closet too?
Motherfucker, if you talk on the phone anyway, it's talking sincere.
No.
You can't do a sincere text. You rather read a sincere text or hear somebody say it sincerely.
Man, you did it in some kind of voice.
Wayne, I'm asking you a question. What do you?
I would type it out and say sincerely.
That's some that's some generational shit, bro.
That's all right.
I'm telling you, it's some like as from the era before like the text was that thing. We had to fucking talk.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. I remember those days. Then my mom would get on the phone, other phone. Hello. Get off, mom, I'm on the phone. Well, you're going to have to get off. And that was it. I don't want to do that no more. Text me.
I can see why you need therapy. Like you a distant motherfucker, man.
Well, open. Hey, send me the.
You know what I thought about since we've been in here? Remember that picture was up yesterday and you were like, I don't really like that one?
Uh-huh.
And I kept saying, I was like, well, we can take it down. You're like, no, don't worry about it. I was like, Wayne, honor your feelings. And I had to say it like 3 times before he would just switch out the picture. I'm like, yo, my dude does need somebody to
I mean, I need therapy because I don't want the picture up. But I kind of did. I sent it to him. Ain't like, I might have wanted it.
But see, here we go. You like, it sounds like you, man, like for instance, own that shit.
Mm.
If you don't like the fucking picture, just take it down. You can't please everybody in every fucking thing.
Right.
See, you don't even know the shit. You're like, brother, you need therapy, man.
Okay. we that's what this is about today. Now I know. April, can you send me the list?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Well, I never had one. You need a new one. How many you been through?
The first one I kept for like a year and some change though.
Okay, that was
I
good.
just started going to therapy 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere. Dr. Shamina is going to have me as long as she can. So
Mom decided like at the top of the pandemic she was just gonna quit, and so
Huh?
I just didn't have anybody.
She got that PPP.
Until like
she got that PPP loan.
Yeah, she got up out of
until
there.
like the end of last year. And then I
Everybody
was like,
kiss my ass. I don't want to hear another problem.
I want to hear another problem. That's it.
I mean, you know what's funny? I like a therapist that tell me they go to therapy too.
Mm. Wow.
And Dr. Shamina said that. And I'm like, that's real. Because you can't be listening to all this shit and just be like, well, all right, let me go home. See if 227 on.
Not 227, bro. That's hilarious.
No, that's real. Like, I mean, you know what's interesting too? I think about a lot of like pastors and you know, a lot of them need therapy. Because they're asked to be therapists without the professional part of it.
Right.
You know, my uncle's a pastor. And I remember we took him, me and Matt, my brother Matt, we took him to lunch and dinner where we went to Uncle Julio's in Chicago. Fucking love that spot.
That's why
Best. Let me tell you something about good meat.
it's not that good.
I know everybody don't eat meat, cool, shibbity doubles. For all the meat eaters, it's nothing like some good buttery steak.
Buttery steak.
Buttery steak. Like if they like got the little frying pan thingy, the fajita meat.
Yeah, and they bring
with
it
the
out.
butter.
Sizzling.
Man, I don't even put the shit in the fajita thing. I just eat the meat.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. Dip it in a little butter. I do. I promise you. I be tearing that shit. Uncle Julio's?
It's all right, man. Not a big fan of it.
I love Uncle Julio's. You know what Uncle Julio's was too? It's so funny. Me and Verena were just talking about that. Verena is my ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
I broke up with her there.
Huh?
The first time, and she wouldn't let me break up with her.
Okay. This was before the marriage?
Yeah, before the marriage. Like, I knew this shit wasn't going to work. And I was like, hey, man, look, let's just go our separate ways. And she's like, no. I'm like, nah, I'm saying I want to break up with you. Okay. No, I mean, like, for real, I want this to be over. It's not going to be over. So.
Whoa.
And she's just eating her tacos and shit. And then the other day we talked about it. She's like, I remember that. She's like, I wish I would have let you do it. I don't know why I listened to you. That's what she said. I was like, well, what you do, boo? Yeah, but I was like, nigga, I tried. We got Brittany and Judah.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably would have still had Brittany and Judah. I told her, I said,
Real with the sneaky link.
Sneaky link, it might have been shit. You know, sneaky links happen, man. I mean, you know what's funny? Nobody, that's something that's not talked about, but like, have you ever had a sneaky link with your ex?
Yeah. For sure. Easily. And it's not, bad. Yeah.
That's not bad. I mean, look, I when I usually break up, it's usually done. Like, I haven't talked to one of my girlfriends and since we broke up.
You ain't talked to her since?
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah, you different.
But I ain't want to hear her cry again. She had like a weird-ass cry.
What was her cry like?
Dude, we was on vacation and we had got to an argument and she was crying. It was like a fake cry.
Mm-hmm.
It was a real cry, but it sounded fake.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yo, this can't be fucking real. And I open the door and she's really crying. But I'm like, why the fuck do it sound like that?
She was hurt.
It was so bad, though. It was such a ridiculous... Like, it didn't even sound like... you ever seen the movie Spaceballs? And
No, man. You know I ain't never seen a movie Spaceballs.
Yeah, goddamn it. I forgot the name. So in the movie Spaceballs, they got Princess Vespa, right?
Okay.
She's a pretty princess. She has a regular voice through the whole movie. But when she sings, she has this bass voice. So like, they all in jail, they hear somebody go, nobody knows the triple IC. And then they reveal to the judge it's her sitting there singing that shit. It's so funny. Great movie.
I doubt
You gotta see Spaceballs. No, I'm not even. One of the funniest scenes in movie history is in that movie.
Okay.
They got these niggas, they said, hey man, we need y'all to comb the desert. So they took that shit literally. These motherfuckers have big ass combs in the desert, right? And they was asking for everybody, hey man, do you see anything? No, we don't see anything over here, sir. Hey guys, did you find anything? Not over here, sir. And they asked this black dude who had a pick. Instead of a comb, he was using a pick to comb the desert. They said, have you seen anything? Man, we ain't found shit. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Have you seen this movie?
I have not, and it sounds like something that would be on like Bounce TV.
Is it on Bounce?
No, it would be on Bounce. It's Mel Brooks.
Who's Mel Brooks? And there's a Mel Gibson. There's a Mel Man.
Wayne, come on, bro.
Somebody out there with a pig.
Mel, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this sounds like Roots.
It
What was his Roots?
The white dudes had the comb. Yeah, pull it up. Just
Mel Brooks.
this shit's so fucking
There's
funny.
a dude named Mel Brooks in Chicago.
This is
Owe me
like a
some money.
spoof of Star Wars. This is one of our first VHS tapes too that our family got. Was Spaceball. So I watched this a cajillion times.
Spaceballs. That's not something I would want to see. But I'm gonna watch it just because you say.
We finna look at this clip.
Make sure y'all write my list down of what I need to see.
Comb the desert!
Yes, sir.
Sir,
What?
are we being too literal?
No, you fool. We're following orders. We were told to comb the desert, so we're combing it.
Found anything yet? Nothing yet, sir!
Real.
How about you? Not a thing, sir! What about you guys? We ain't found shit!
How did you get that fast? What is
We ain't found shit.
What is J.J. Walker doing in this movie?
First of all, in some movies, I don't think it was actors in it. I think that nigga was just there. That probably wasn't even the line they supposed to say. He probably hated they gave him a pick. We ain't found shit. Nah, that's not the line.
That was not a real movie.
Yes, it is. Spaceballs is one of the funniest movies of all time. Matter of fact, that's on. Dang, did I show the kids that yet? Not yet.
You want to let your kids see that?
Hell yeah. It's fucking hysterical.
It's like the Three Stooges.
Nah, it's beyond that shit.
That's how they was moving.
We got the bleeps, the cheeps, the geeps. I mean, he got like, it's so many gems in that fucking movie.
How do you find these movies, man?
Motherfucker, I say it was our first VHS tape. It was like 88 when we got live VCR.
Oh, well.
That's so crazy too. Now that I think about it, like how fast technology has like, we was just using VCRs, man. And then fucking.
It just happened. I
remember when the first color TV we got.
You remember that?
Yes. Because it was like, I was like 9 or 10. Like, we got a color TV? Yes. With a remote control.
George Jetson is supposed to be born in 2022.
That's crazy.
George Jetson is supposed to be born in 2022.
Oh, wow.
Like, based on, like, the show.
Oh, wow. So we're not getting the flying cars to 2052.
Probably.
Doing some math. I'm a math guy. Went to school for finance, if you didn't know.
It'd be funny if our country is just trying to make sure we keep up with the Jetsons. That's why we don't get none of this new shit. Except the Tesla that drives by itself.
I like them Teslas. I need one of those.
You know something? The Tesla is cool. I don't know.
It's not your type of car.
Yeah, you know me. I like rims and shit and fucking
98 Lexuses, G-Wagons.
Yeah.
No.
Drop tops, man.
Yeah, drop tops.
I'm a fucking boss, nigga.
Man, LA gets cold at night. LA gets cold at night. And you say, hey, Wayne, we got to drive with the drop top. Something about the drop top in the summer. No, bro, it's 62. 55 in the next 5 minutes.
So what, dude? You just roll the window up, turn the heat up.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, it do. To me, it does. I love a drop top, man. I drove that drop top Corvette in Atlanta. What? Couldn't tell me shit.
No, that looked all right, but not in LA.
LA is where you're supposed to have a drop top at.
Yeah, but roll the windows up and turn the heat on. It's cold. It's cold. Drive another car. Hey.
See, that's why you need to go to therapy. Shit like that.
No, he needs to go there. Who does that?
I do go. So
You sound like a disgruntled old uncle.
you do. You really sound like a very I'm gonna tell you something. If you don't go to therapy, that's where you're going. You're gonna be an old complaining ass uncle nigga. Tell my shit. What y'all
But I get cold.
What y'all over there doing, man? Hey, stop playing. Stop being children. Playing that damn game. Shut up. They trying to bless the food.
But hold on, y'all. A top off, heat on, windows up. What does that mean?
It means, motherfucker, I like drive with the top down, and if I turn the heat on, I won't get cold.
All right, do what you want to do. Live your life.
The seats got it where they got heat that come to your neck.
Well, what about your hands and your arms?
That's why you turn the fucking heat on, bro.
Like my hands, it's freezing right now. I get cold. I think I got like my blood. I need to get some new blood or something else. Iron
Are
pills.
those black men that don't like, or well, not even just black men, but men that just don't like going to the doctor?
I go to the doctor.
Oh, okay.
I just got like a low iron. That's all. I think.
Have you talked to your doctor about your low iron?
I need some beats or something. I don't know.
I feel like you sit in the room by yourself and just lose your shit. Like every time I see you talk, I'll be like, what does he do alone? Like, how do he fucking talk to himself?
What you mean?
Like, you're like, hey, man, come on, Wayne, you got this. You got to do this, Wayne. Come on. Because now you got your son.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne's a new father,
Yeah.
which is, it's certain niggas I've always been shocked that y'all had kids. You and Jermaine Fowler, it's like, oh, shit. If the Lucas brothers had kids, that's going to shock me, too. Mm-hmm. You as a father, Wayne as a father. What type of father do you think you are so far?
A great one. Give me somebody to talk to when I'm sitting by myself.
What makes you think you're a great father?
Being there, man. Just being present. Guiding. Things like that. I mean, that's all you could do so far. You only one.
Yeah, that's real.
You know?
Do you change them?
Yeah. I do everything.
Mm.
Yeah. How was you as a father when your kids were born?
I say this. I don't know if I fuck with babies like that.
Oh, wait, what?
I'm just being honest. Like, you know, they fucking disgusting. Like Brittany was kind of easy because little girls, she didn't want to be nasty. Like I don't remember potty training her. I think she just like, look, nigga, I don't want to pee on myself no more. I was like, all right, cool. I go to the bathroom, shit.
What?
Judah, I feel like I almost feel like even though he's 12, I feel like now if he could just shit on himself and get changed, he'll still do it. Because little boys are lazy as fuck, man. Like they don't want to they like being catered to. You know what I'm saying? And so they'll do that shit for. That's why I think girls mature quicker than boys. Boys like I'm gonna go on this ride as long as I can of immaturity, and sometimes they go too long.
Right. I didn't have that, so I was mature early. So I don't know what you're
You had
talking
that
about.
big ass suit on when I saw you. You definitely
I
mature.
mean, I had big suits since I was a kid, so I've been grown.
Yeah, nigga, you look like a goddamn fucking court reporter or fucking. What's those attorneys when you can't afford one?
Paralegal?
Yeah, the public defender suit on.
Paralegal. What am I talking about? I don't even know what I was.
You
I
like
probably had a job interview that day.
public defenders look so broke.
Huh?
Like public defenders, like they look like they struggle. They like be wrangled through the papers. They don't know who they helping and shit. They just look stressed out. They got a folder. They carry that one little weird ass bag and shit.
They got all them names in there. They trying to figure it out. They got all the people for free, right?
How do you become a public defender and not a regular lawyer?
That's a good question. Danny.
Can't get a job anywhere else. And feel really
Because nobody be like, man, I'm going to be a public defender.
I actually do know somebody that decided to be a public defender.
Really?
They wanted to help people.
How are they?
How are they?
Are they okay?
Well, they married rich, so.
Oh, so she got time. And yeah, she
So she probably dressed nice and stuff. So maybe she is, but like for
she
the most
back.
for the most part, man, those lawyers are like they were like forced to do it. Like no firm wouldn't hire me. Now I got to work for the fucking state. It's a public defender.
law school ain't cheap either. That's $100,000.
Yeah.
So you gonna do all that shit and become a public defender?
It was a choice. Public defender's a choice.
I'm public defender, man.
Where she live?
I'm probably saying too much of this lady.
Oh, sorry, public defender.
Bro, why would
They
you
dress
ask
nice.
that, my nigga? Like,
I was trying to see because that is the level of public defending. If it depends on what city you in.
that sounded very creepy and very weird. She's a married woman. She doesn't.
I'm not asking about that. I just want to know what city
Where
she's
she at,
defending.
April? She my shot.
That's definitely not what I'm
Get on
trying
this
to do.
public defender, you know what I mean?
No, she married rich. Let her do that.
They're marrying rich. What the fuck do that really mean?
April would know. I mean, not saying you did that. I'm just saying.
No, I'm definitely not married. I'm very highly single.
You shooting your shot at the world?
I wonder, like, because I wonder what people say that about, like, if me and Danilla get married, are they like, oh yeah, she married rich? They better say it. No,
I mean,
But I mean, it could go either way. Like, men are stay-at-home husbands more and more now. So it's just, it can go either way.
Stay-at-home husbands.
Yeah,
they exist.
they definitely exist.
Mm-hmm. You don't know any?
No, no, I actually don't. It's stay-at-home husbands.
I'm
You
trying.
mean a stand-up comic?
Oh, come on.
All right, because they only go out at night.
Yeah, at night. Yeah, they good.
Got the kids doing the day, shit, writing jokes. I'm a stay-at-home husband / comedian.
You're right. That is mostly stand-up comedy.
I mean, that's what when I think about it,
Yeah.
my first few years with Brittany and Judah, that's because I would be like, she would go to work during the day, and
You was a
I
stay-at-home
was at home.
husband.
I was a stay-at-home husband.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. So
I didn't know I was.
wow.
I was a stay-at-home husband. Damn. I never do that. Shit. I was,
You made it happen, man. Good job, bro.
God damn, I was a stay-at-home husband.
Yeah. For how long?
For I think about it, wow. I mean, shit, I only did comedy at night. Shit. And I wasn't doing movies and TV yet, so everything was stand-up.
You know what's funny? Brian Davis has that same story.
He a stay-at-home husband?
Well, he wasn't a husband, but he was definitely a stay-at-home dad.
Oh, okay.
That's because we ain't doing shit. Like it's literally most comedians are if they do take care of their children
Well,
are stay-at-home dads.
yeah.
Fucking interesting. Because when I think about it, like that's who I would hang out with. If I had the kids, the other comics with kids, what the fuck? We was all stay-at-home dads
So
at the
what?
park and shit.
Yeah, man, this
That's
podcast
crazy.
is all about revelation.
That is
revelation.
fucking
revelation.
insane. Wow.
Yeah.
I guess I'm proud of that.
So you would call the other comics like, yo, what y'all doing?
Yeah, like, yo, let's meet up. And we all have our children. We've all stay-at-home dads.
What was y'all at? Chuck E. Cheese? You love Chuck E.
All that
Cheese.
shit. We was everywhere.
You stayed at Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, I would stay-at-home daddy it up. Like, it was so funny. Even when I think about it, cats would just hang out anyway. Like, even if they had kids. But I had my kids. So they'd come to the house and shit. That's crazy when I think about it. I was a stay-at-home dad this whole time. Interesting.
But that's good, though. It paid off.
Yeah, but it's so funny that I never thought about it that way.
You put that early work in. That's why y'all so close now.
Yeah, but I mean, you had to do it. I mean, shit. Like, and I was, I'm the fun guy. I'm the fun dad. I think I'm cool. I don't know. Brittany and them be picking on me now and shit. They be literally, they be picking on me, like, for real. Like, and her was like, she's like, Dad, do the thing you do. And I'm like they all keep talking about, like, Judah wrote a sketch the other day, and he wanted me to be in it. And we're recording. He's like, Dad, now do your acting voice. And I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? He said, you get really high pitched and talk fast. I said, no, I don't do that shit. He said, yes, you do, but hey, man, I'm Little Red. I'm like, man, fuck you.
That's hilarious.
And then I rewatched something. I'm like, oh, shit, I do that. But it's like my performance energy.
Mm-hmm.
But for them to have a perspective of what they pay attention to me so much, that they was like, do your acting voice. I want the Little Real voice. What the fuck do that mean?
That's not how you talk to them.
Not the dad voice where you like sound like you're sleepy. But like, I'm like, damn, all right. But I was like insulted because he was like doing it. I'm like, is this nigga roasting me?
Yes. He need that energy.
But Judah's funny. He got thick skin. I give him that. But I was just telling him too, like, it's okay to go to therapy. I'm glad I could like seep that down to him. Like, go to therapy, man. He was talking to me about some deep shit one day.
Kids therapy. This is the thing.
It ain't about kids there. It's just therapy. Like I know growing up, it wasn't offered unless they feel like you were crazy. Like you had to be labeled like really off the meter to be like, we got to get it there. Like, and I was telling Judah this. He's like, well, does it mean something wrong with me? I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, honestly, you'll be ahead of the game. You start going out, brother, you would be a way better person than me. Because he was unpacking some things with me. And I'm being a parent. I'm listening. And I'm like, man, nigga, you need therapy. I don't have the answers for some of this shit. Like this. You got to talk to Dr. Shamina or somebody. But for real, like I told him that. And he was like, okay. I'm like, whenever you're ready, I got you.
I wonder what's the earliest kids go to therapy. I mean, you never know because people go through things early.
Dude, I think white kids start going to therapy at 3.
At 3?
Young as fuck. No, I'm dead fucking serious.
Why you think so?
Because it's afforded. It's like it's not even thought about as like because you know what also people used to look at therapy as, oh, this is an extra cost. I can't afford it. Blah, blah. So many excuses. And that's because at one time, I don't think black people feel like they were good enough to get it. They feel like you had to be like just rich or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I think it was till more niggas started getting rich. Yeah. Well, it's like, okay, so what's my excuse now?
That's real. Because I can only envision someone going to therapy, like with couples therapy, or like if it's one person, I see him like being rich in a suit, like getting a foot massage and like the head massage and like getting it there. And that's what I envision. I might be way out, but I always talk about my vision.
Yo, I did an episode of Rel where I went to therapy and I still didn't go to therapy. And I told Dr. Shamita this. I'm like, you know what's crazy? Because who played the therapist? She played the mom on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I forgot her name. She's so dope.
To my Janet or?
Nah, she played Will's mom. But anyway, she almost looks like Dr. Shamina. Her hair was short. It was I told Dr. Shamina this today. I said, hey, oh shit, I'm actually doing what I did in the fucking episode. Now. Instead of then when I did it.
So your show is like The Simpsons?
For me, yes. For me personally, sure. But it was crazy. I'm like, oh shit. And then the episode was about me unpacking my mom's death.
So,
But I never even thought about really doing it.
Yeah.
But then I ended up doing it. It's crazy.
So who wrote that?
You know who wrote that episode? Because I pitched it. I wanted to do my episode. Kevin and Josh.
Wow.
Kevin Barnett, Josh Rabinowitz. Yeah. And I remember calling them in tears after I read one of the second passes of it, thanking them. That was one of the toughest weeks of my career shooting that. Like, because I had to relive all that shit again. Right. I was so fucking emotional. I was like, it was crazy. And Judah played Little Me.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I'm so glad Brittany was there and Judah was there because I needed them little hugs. And Janice was Janice, what'd she do? Janice was she would put all the script coordinator. No, not script coordinator. She did all the, no, she worked in props, you're right. Yeah, props. Janice worked in props. When I tell you, she used to get the best mama hug. She'd be like, look, I know I ain't supposed to be hugging you on set, but come on. I love Janice for that. Me and Gerard always talk about Janice. Like, we used to always be like, we'll fight for Janice. Anybody ever say shit to Janice, they come to us, we'll fucking kill somebody for Janice. Because she was one of the sweetest people I've ever met in this business. And that's what's also, too, I think what I learned in therapy was, like, how blessed I've been to have all these different type of mothers fill in for little stuff that I need. Miss Tina, Beyonce mom, she, before I shot my HBO special, literally wrote me out a prayer specifically for me. She was like, look, I usually do these for Beyonce, Kelly. I hope you're not offended. But I'm like, no, send it to me. I'm like, first of all, whatever prayer you've been writing for them niggas, send it to me. And then I started reading it, and it was so specific to me. And I was like, damn, that's dope.
Yeah.
And then, like, Mary Lindsay, who owned Jokes and Notes, another one of my mamas.
Yeah, you always attract, like, great people, like, around you.
Yeah,
as far as when it comes to that. What was the preacher name that we used to go to in
Pastor Qatar?
Yes.
Yeah, Pastor Qatar is, look, everybody have their own beliefs and stuff. Everything she's ever prophesied to me happened.
Yeah, I remember we was in there and she said he was going to be a TV star. And
she said even more specific things in that.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was like specific things, like what networks, what movies, what this. Is actually, I talk to her all the time because I'm like kind of like a great example. We was going to church at that hotel. It was a little small.
Oh, I remember.
Small room. And the first time I went, I was on crutches.
Okay.
That was after that crazy shit. Yeah. I was so fucking broken.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I remember going down that bridge. It was right to the right. That it was a motel. Was it a hotel?
Was it a hotel?
Yeah.
Like a Holiday Inn or some shit.
Yeah. That was a little
in the conference room.
Conference room. They had chairs set up, and that's where the church was. I went there with them a few times.
And that was, to this day, I don't care how many big churches I've been to, all that little room was so powerful.
It was.
And it was so many things manifesting from there. Yeah, so shout out to Pastor Katara.
Yeah, always.
And she's dope.
Very.
But what's funny too? I always look at like people like when I'm searching, I was searching for things in spirituality and things like that, and you kind of look at them like you kind of not, but you like under them a little bit, and then like at one point you become like almost equal. Because you're hearing and seeing things and manifesting things. You get it now. Like, oh, I get it. That's how that goes. And that's, what's funny? That's what goes back to this moment in therapy. And I was kind of talking about it where I said, I sat there, I closed my eyes, and I talked to 12-year-old me. And all I said was, you did that. Imagine telling yourself that shit, yo. Like, the shit you kind of saw for yourself and didn't know if it could happen. It's like, hey, man.
You did it.
You did it.
Right.
You're dope.
Yeah.
You're the cool kid now. I don't know. And therapy does that. It gives you a chance not only to heal, but also learning to, like, salute yourself. Sometimes we try to go through life, we have all these goals, but we don't take time to like be like, hey, I'm proud of me.
Yeah, appreciate yourself in a moment.
Man.
And you're steady going for something else.
Steady
Like, I gotta get
and
this, I gotta get this, I
you
gotta
can
get
still
this.
have this ambitious mentality,
Mm-hmm.
but celebrate those W's because them shits wasn't easy.
Yeah. Live in it.
Live in it.
So yeah, I'm going to therapy. April, give me the number. I appreciate you. This was great. This was honest.
This is honest.
I felt more vulnerable as well, so I'm gonna become a better man. I'm going to therapy. Thanks, bro. Thank you.
You know what's funny? I mean, I believe you.
I'm going, man. I'm going.
This was too deep for me. Like, this nigga ain't going. This nigga about to go.
In closing, I'm going to therapy.
Go out to the Grove. Shit.
Talk to the lady.
Go talk to the lady.
I'm going to hike. That's one of my ways of like getting away from everything. Like I literally go hike. I try to go at least twice a week. I'm in town.
Good for you, brother.
Yeah.
But see that lady. You hear what I'm saying to you?
I gotta go see that lady for sure.
Oh, y'all go see that lady. Okay?
Man.
Go see the lady. All right. That's our show today.
That's it.
Thank y'all for joining us at Keepin' It Real with
Young Wayne, you already know.
Peace out.
Oh, you know now.
That was a Headgum podcast.